I'm Lauren Green, and you're in the strategy room. Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid announced Friday he will retire at the end of his term, closing a long and controversial career in Congress that spanned 4 decades. Looking ahead, potential Republicans and Democrats are already lining up to run for the seat. Here with their reaction are political strategists Chuck Rocha and Katrina Pierson. Welcome to you both.
Good to be here.
Great to be with you.
I just want to get your reaction to Reid's announcement. Chuck, you go first.
Well, I think that, it's a sad day on the Senate. I mean, he was an icon, he was a statesman, and he was a true leader. Very rarely do you see somebody who came from nothing keep true to his true values and go on to lead a Senate. A guy who walked to school every day, it's like you're making it up, and it's a movie, who stood fast against, the Republicans and what they were trying to do to overturn our budgets and, turn us back to an economy that we used to have when nobody had a shot.
All right, and Katrina, what do you think? What's your reaction to Reid's announcement?
Well, I think it's a great day for grassroots in Nevada, and I tell you what, this is going to be a very interesting next 22 months for Harry Reid. We're going to see what happens in the Senate, and we're going to see if Democrats are going to be able to hold together, knowing that Harry Reid's on his way out, and just how much contention there's going to be across the country in these next elections.
He's got 22 months until the next election, and Reid said in the YouTube speech, declaring that he was not going to be running again, he said one of the focuses will be to take back the Senate for the Democrats. So looking ahead, which Republicans and Democrats could run for this seat, Chuck?
The leading candidate is the sitting Attorney General, a Latina named Cortez, who a lot of people are talking about, who Latinos like me are very excited about. We'd love to see a woman, a Latino woman, be a senator from a great state like Nevada. And I think it would open up and show that there's a rising new American electorate and give young women all across the country a chance to say that I could do this.
And Katrina, who would you see running for this seat?
Well, I think that's absolutely right. I think there's a lot of talk about this woman running out there. I think there's a state senator who's also a woman that's considering running in this race now. So I think we're going to see now that it's sort of, in stone, Harry Reid's leaving. I think we might actually see some other people step up and try to take on this charge as well.
You've got Governor Sandoval. He's a Republican, and, it's not a heavily Democratic state. So would Governor Sandoval be one of those running for the Senate seat vacated by Harry Reid? Chuck?
I think that it'd be a smart possibility. I mean, President Obama carried this the last 2 elections. Harry Reid's got 1 re-election there 4 years, but it's a swing state. It's a 50-50 seat, and every year the winner kind of is determined on the Latino turnout. And 4 years ago there was great Latino turnout, and a lot of Democrats won. 2 years ago the Latino turnout was down, and the Republicans swept into office in almost every statewide election. So it's a swing seat, but the Latino vote is the real difference here.
Yeah, and Katrina, what are you thinking? I mean, it's that kind of...
well, I think that's right. That's absolutely right. But I think we're also going to see a factor here in how immigration is going to poll in that state and how fair it's going to be detailed in that state, simply because in this last midterm election, many Republicans as well as Democrats ran against amnesty. And even in blue states where Republican won, that was the #1 issue, and it's going to be a bigger issue going into 2016.
Now, I know we're 22 months out. I know we're almost 2 years out of the next re-election, but how would you call this Senate race now a toss-up, Chuck?
I would. Anytime you don't have an incumbent, you're in a state that has flipped back and forth. I think it is probably the true reflection of a toss-up. And I think that there's going to be a lot of money spent there. And I think that this race could literally determine the outcome of the Senate and who's in control 2 years from now.
Okay. And Katrina, toss-up state?
Definitely. Definitely a toss-up state. Definitely a toss-up state, particularly with it being an open seat now. This is going to give challengers and grassroots an opportunity to do their magic on the ground against all the money that's going to be pouring into the state.
All right. I want to thank you both, Chuck and Katrina. Thanks. And check out foxnews.com for more on Senator Harry Reid's announcement. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.